Okay, now we're going to work an example where we have a equation with multiple inequality signs. So here we have two inequality signs here, and these really aren't much different than equations with one inequality sign. The only thing that we have to do is just try to isolate x here in the middle, and um, what we do to the middle has to happen over here, and it also has to happen over here. So um, I'm going to illustrate with an example. So first thing that we want to do is we want to get rid of this multiplication here. So distribute our 2 in there. So we have negative 6 less than or equal to 2x minus 10 less than 7. So we just got rid of that multiplication there. And we want to get x all by itself. So if this was just a equation that looked like this, if you just ignore the other side for now, if it only looked like this, the only thing that we would do is add 10 to get the 10 over on the other side of the equation, and then divide by 2, and then we have x all by itself. So that's exactly what we're going to do to this equation, only we're going to do it to this side and also to this side. So I'll do it in a different color. We're going to add 10 here, add 10 here, and also add 10 here. So they're going to cancel out here, and we're going to be left with 17 over here, and we're going to be left with a positive 4 over here. So we're going to have positive 4 is less than or equal to 2x less than 17. And then again, if we want to get x all by itself, we have to divide by 2. And since we have two inequality signs here, we just have to do it to each side of the equation. So we're going to divide by 2 here, divide by 2 here, and divide by 2 here. So we get a cancellation here, and then we're left with 17 halves over here and 4 halves over here. So simplifying down a little bit, 4 divided by 2 is just going to give us a 2, and that's less than or equal to x all by itself, and that's less than 17 over 2. So now that x is all by itself, we have a solution. So there is a solution to our equation. So you can still draw a number line for this, so I'll show you how that looks. If we draw in a little number line, we will make this 0 right here, and so the best way to transfer this onto a number line is just to split it up into two separate expressions. So we have this expression right here, which is 2 less than or equal to x. So we can draw this on the number line, and then we also have this expression right here, which is x less than 17 halves. So we'll go ahead and graph the expression in red. So we have a equals to here, so we're going to use a closed circle, and that closed circle has to go on our number line at 2. So we'll just label this point on our number line 2. And we want x to be greater than or equal to 2. So we're going to be shading in that direction. And we'll do the same thing for this second half of the equation right here. We're going to have an open circle this time at 17 over 2. So 17 over 2 is bigger than 2, so we'll just say that 17 over 2 is right here. So we'll label that 17 over 2. And we want x to be less than 17 over 2. X less than 17 over 2. So we're going to be shading in this direction here. So since both of these shades are going to overlap, our final shading is just going to be the area in between our two numbers, just like that. And that's how you do a inequality with two inequality signs.